Today, we go into the cold, hard truth about solo actual plays. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. I am Sacred, and this is the Sacred Art of Gaming, where we enjoy taking outside-the-box thinking and applying it to tabletop role-playing games, especially solo play. Now today, I'm sure this is probably going to be a very clickbaity thumbnail. I feel like it's a perfect candidate for such a thing. And I'm sorry, you gotta play the game. And that is exactly what this video is kind of about. And that is that your solo play experience at home, and this is really just like the upfront, maybe obvious message that I think some people need to know. Maybe that's you, maybe it's not. But you could just hear this right now and then be done with this video. But if you want to go on the journey with me, feel free. And that message is, you left the oven on. I'm just kidding. It's not that. Hopefully it's not that. Go back home. That message is that your solo plays are not meant to look like solo plays that you see on YouTube. The same concept applies, of course, to your group plays, right? Nobody, I don't know if I should say nobody. People should not expect your group plays to look like Critical Role group plays, because they're voice actors. They're obviously going to go a little above and beyond because it is for entertainment purposes. The same thing applies to solo plays. Let me explain. So of course, anytime someone is trying to entertain you, get some type of, deliver a product to you so that you enjoy it or are learning from it, they need to make sure they're doing a few things. They need to get your attention, and they need to hold your attention. To do that, they need to be efficient, which in most circumstances, solo playing is not efficient. It is not. When I play by myself, or when I'm even recording a solo play, there are a lot of times where I just sit there and I think for long swaths of time that I of course have to edit out, because no one in their right mind wants to sit there and watch me sitting there watching my book and being like, maybe he did go in the river, or maybe he didn't. Maybe there's something that dragged him in the river. Should I roll on the dice and see? Maybe I do, but maybe I shouldn't. But wait a second, he has a stat. He has swimming, maybe swimming would help. So just to cut all that out, I do try to include as much as I can and then just fast forward it to respect your time. You gotta understand that your solo play does not need to be these tight, like whether it's, you know, a 20-minute play that you're watching or like a 2-hour actual play that you're watching. You gotta know that for efficiency, if nothing else, is going to be different, and that is okay. From an entertainment perspective, right? There may be moments where I do silly voices out loud just because I want to like just hear it. Same thing with like drawing, right? Like sometimes you're just like, I need to see this. I just need to see it for whatever reason. I feel compelled to get it out of my mind into the air or onto paper. And that's honestly fine too. That's a part of solo play. But there are many times where it just stays in my brain. If I'm gonna convey something to you in a video, I obviously have to find a way for us to sync up our realities as close to possible. Similar to like a GM and a group play, right? So, you know, any of these weird theatrics that I might do, more often than not, that's just stuff that I see in my head, and then maybe I write a note about it in most circumstances. And that's okay. You don't have to do all this crazy over-the-top stuff, but you are welcome to if you enjoy it. You, I, us, we, anytime you're solo playing by yourself, you don't really have to worry about the rules as much. The only person that's just between you and the solo gods and the solo police, they don't exist. There are plenty of moments where you're like, maybe this rule is in the way of the fun right now, or maybe I want to pull a rule for something else, or maybe I want to use this supplement or this subsystem here because I think it'll be fun, or I want to learn it, or whatever the reason may be. And there may be other times where you don't want to do it, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. When someone records a video, it is very possible that someone looks at that video as a tutorial in a sense. Even if it's not intended as a tutorial, someone might say, I want to know how to play Dragonbane. So they watch a solo play of someone playing Dragonbane, and they may assume that that is how it is meant to be played. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And the last point that I really want to make is that there are plenty of times, similar to if I were a player in a group game, or a GM really, where the playing doesn't just happen like at the table. So in my Dragonbane solo play, there's an episode where it ends and there are some open questions where it's just kind of like, oh, these are some things that are happening, but we don't really know how, why, when, where, whatever. And I come back in the next session and I'm like, I have all the answers. And I have all the answers because I went for a run, or I went for I took a shower or something. Maybe I was on a long drive and my mind just went there and I just started thinking of all these possibilities. And some of those possibilities excited me. So for better or for worse, that's kind of what happens. So you don't always have to just be at the table, sitting down, being like, oh yes, I'm a struggling writer and I must figure out exactly who this antagonist is. That's fine. Just walk away like you're struggling with an Elden Ring boss and come back to it later and bang that thing out. And it's gonna hit you, that eureka moment when you least expect it. And even if it doesn't hit you, that's what you got oracles and all kinds of crazy stuff like that for. So do not sweat it. I just want to make sure that those are some things that were clear, because sometimes it's easy to see something and then try to compare what you're trying to do to that. And I'll be honest with you, it makes me feel guilty sometimes whenever I see that some people may want to try and strive towards something that is not reality, but you have to twist reality a little bit to be entertaining or educational or efficient. So, those are my words for today. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider slapping a like on it, and consider subscribing. If you want to see more content like this, I'm Sacred. This is the Sacred Art of Gaming. I'll see you in the next one as we continue to explore the sacred art of gaming together.